What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another live. I was just in Fragrance Fright Nights stream, so let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, all that good stuff. I'm going to get it all set up here, and then we'll talk about some fragrances. So, anyway, how's everybody been going? What are you wearing tonight? I am wearing Parfums de Marly Harrod. Um, I wore a bunch of different fragrances today because I went running this morning. Obviously, it's Sunday, so I went running this morning, and I wore YSL Y Live to run. Then I had my scent of the day that you guys all know. Then I went running again on my treadmill. I had a huge breakfast, and I hate because I'm on like a diet, and so I had a huge breakfast. So I went running again for another 30 minutes, and then I took another shower. Now I'm wearing Parfums de Marly Harrod, doing my stream, and then after my stream, I am going to go running again and do my normal 5-mile nightly run on the treadmill. But YSL, what's up, DX? How you doing? YSL Y Live is actually fantastic. So the way that I put it, the best. So there's the YSL Y EDT, which is kind of like your out of the shower scent now. Then you had YSL Y L'Eau de Parfum, which is like your night out, heavier with tonka bean, apple, ginger mix, really nice. Then the YSL Y EDP is kind of like a stronger, sweeter version of the original, just a little bit different. It has more of a versatility to it, longer lasting, and a lot of people seem to get headaches from it, which I actually am one of them. If I underspray, I'm good with it. But with YSL Y Live, the best way to put it is if you took YSL Y EDP and you dialed it down just a bit while still maintaining that longevity, that not heavy projection, but still a good projection, and then added a little bit of this like fruitiness to it. So it's like almost a fresher, still very versatile. But if you get that overly sweet, almost cloying factor from the YSL Y EDP, YSL Y Live is kind of just a downplayed version of that, and it's just as good, if not better. So that's my opinion on it. I actually think the way that I look at the line now is that every one of them can be used in different situations, but my favorites are YSL Y L'Eau de Parfum and YSL Y Live, and then the YSL Y EDP. So, yeah. So today I wanted to talk. There's not a lot of fragrances that are coming out or have been released lately. The last one that was released, surprisingly, was Coach Open Road, and that was released, what, 2.5 months ago? There has not been a single designer release since, and there hasn't been a announcement for another designer release in the near future either. Usually we get a iFragrance official will let us know, hey, this is going to be released in Europe in about a week. And then in about a month after that, then you get it. There hasn't even been that yet. The only releases that are coming out soon are going to be Mancera's Tonka Cola, Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke. I'll tell you about those in this. And then we have Mancera's YUZU or something YUZU. I have it in my phone. I'll let you guys know in a second. And then Fabulous YUZU. And then the last one is Mancera of the Wild. So yeah, I'll tell you guys about those. And then I have a few scents here that I wanted to try out and let you guys know about. We have Replica Whispers in the Library, which I've already tested. I want to tell you about. I'm debating on buying By the Fireplace. I'm going to try that out. And we have PACO Rabanne Pure Excess. So we'll talk about all those. What's up, Nigel? How you doing? Another day for me. It's Sunday, so tomorrow I'm actually really happy. I have been working my ass off. I worked 67 hours 2 weeks ago. I worked 69 hours this week that just ended. Next week, so tomorrow I actually have the day off. So it was quite a nice change for me. I wore Gucci Guilty EDT this morning, wearing Most Wanted Parfum. Oh, Most Wanted Parfum is so good. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bud? Go follow Joe at In On Average Joe. Really nice. Joe, you know what's funny is that I never heard of this Joey Cannoli guy before because I don't really watch live streams outside of like a few like yours and now Fragrance Fight Night and SoCal Scents. And so I never heard of Joey Cannoli. So when I saw him on a channel the other day, I always thought that you were Joey Cannoli, just because of the name. I heard that, and I know you're in the Cannoli Mafia and whatnot. And it was funny because when I saw his face, I was like, yeah, that's not Joe. And then I found out that it's an actual thing, like the Cannoli Mafia, and then there's Joey Cannoli, then there's an on average Joe. I was super confused by all of that until I saw that. And then somebody had to clarify it for me. What's up, Mo? Welcome to Mo's. I was just on Fragrance Fight Night. He has a live stream now that he hit a certain subscriber mark. And so you guys got to go follow him. He has a nice setup and really good dude. He lives down the street from me. His name is Alan. He does a lot of shorts, and he said he's going to be getting into videos soon, but really good guy. What's up, Loam? How you doing? Let's see. Anthony, scent of the day is Givenchy. Very irresistible. I haven't heard somebody wear that in a while. What's up? I'm guessing that's Detroit sports fan. I went to Detroit and got my car stolen, if that's what DET means. Thank you. Jonky Kong, what's up? He actually just won the giveaway. Him and Mo just won the last 2 giveaways, and I sent them out on Thursday. They both just received them today. Mo said that he got them, and then Jonky said that he got the fragrances that my wife randomly picked out, and one of them was Ralph's Club. He said he's wearing it right now and likes it. What's up, Hamzat? How you doing? Did you see the fight last night? Freaking Izzy lost. I'm surprised by that. I mean, that was a shocker. What's up, Patrick? What's up, Tarek? Or Tariq? Which fragrance would you recommend more for fall and winter? Bulgari Man in Black or Bentley for Men Absolute? Surprisingly, I am not a huge fan of either of them. I thought I would be a big fan of Bulgari Man in Black, but when I got it, which wasn't that long ago, I tried it on, and while it's better on the skin, I would say I'd like that better than Bentley Absolute. So that's worth a pickup. But to me, I think there's better options out there that do the same thing they do better. But with that said, I would say Bulgari Man in Black is probably the better of the two there. Bulgari Man in Black, when I first sprayed it on, it was just literally like black pepper. To me, that's all it was. But I sprayed it on my skin again upon Mo telling me, I think it was Mo, told me, he said, I'm surprised that you get just black pepper. You need to spray it on your skin. I sprayed it on my skin, and I was like, cool. Excuse me. Mike, I am in PA. I am in Pittsburgh, hence the background. I'm in a place called South Park, kind of like the TV show, but it's about 5 miles south of Pittsburgh. My scent of the day is Paco Rabanne Pure Excess. That's actually what I'm going to be reviewing right now in a little bit. Smells similar to Invictus Victory. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's a little bit sweeter, even though Invictus Victory. I thought you were saying Invictus. Yeah, it is in the realm of Invictus Victory. It has a little bit more of like a creamy, almost like a sweet caramel almost. Do you get a lot of powderiness from YSL Eau de Parfum? No, unfortunately, a lot of people have said they do get a lot of powderiness, but I don't. That tonka bean does not come across super powdery to me. I think it is in the opening, you get more of that Y DNA, but as it dries down, you get those deeper, darker tones, as well as that. And it's not a deep or dark scent just compared to the other ones. That tonka bean comes in, and it does provide just a little bit of powder, but nothing like that you would get in like an iris fragrance or anything like that. I think it's just the right amount of tonka bean and powder. So I don't get a lot of it. No. I'm kind of hyped he lost. I was rooting for Perry. I'm just happy that Izzy lost. It kind of brings him down a notch. Still better the 2009 finals by way. Oh, Wings. I was there. That's when I got my car stolen. 2009 finals, Pittsburgh Penguins versus Detroit Red Wings. Game 5. We lost 5-0. Me and my brother got in a fight with 3 people. We got thrown out of the arena, and when we went back to our hotel, the person, the valet for the hotel, actually wasn't the valet and ended up taking the valet's keys, all the keys, and stole our car. It got found in Vermont 6 days later with semen on the back seat and 2 guns, and it was an escaped convict who picked up his girlfriend and drove all the way to Vermont and abandoned the car. So yeah, that's a story. There's a lot more that happened in that Detroit. There was a lot more that happened in Detroit that day. I mean, I could tell you guys an entire live stream about that story of Detroit. Got an Instagram ad for the brand Imaginary Authors, and I saw it on their website. They have a sample set offer. Yeah, Crimson. I did an entire week, well, technically like an entire month of Imaginary Authors. The guy who makes them, it's an indie. If you guys don't know, Imaginary Authors is an indie fragrance house that makes a bunch of different fragrances based on different places. For instance, a whiff of waffle cone is based on this small ice cream parlor. I think it's in LA. And every single one of them has a story that goes along with it. I tried 8. So they sent me it and I tried 8 and I like them. There was like 3 or 4 that were kind of just too much to wear, but there's 3 or 4 of them in there that I would definitely buy a bottle, and I'm planning on buying a bottle once right now I'm saving up a bunch of money to go on a giant niche haul. I need to get Tobacco Vanille. I ran out of my bottle of that. I'm going to get Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke, which I'm going to talk about, Tonka Cola, and then I'm picking up a Creed. I don't know. So my wife doesn't like very many Creeds. I'm not a huge fresh fragrance fan at all. Like, I do like them. Obviously, when the spring and summer's here, that's what you have to wear. But I'm more of a fall wintertime fragrance kind of guy. But when it comes to the fall, to the Creeds, most of them are fresh fragrances or versatile fragrances. My wife doesn't like most of them. I was thinking I was picking up Aventus Cologne, but now I'm thinking I'm leaning towards Virgin Island water. What should I pick up as far as a Creed is concerned? It's going to be my first Creed. I had Aventus, but it was a smaller bottle, and I wanted to get a full-size bottle now that they have the metal caps, because they had these plastic crappy caps, and now that they have the metal caps, I wanted to get a Creed. So tell me which one I should pick up. But yeah, anyway, Crimson, it is a good deal. You just have to pick the right ones. Whiff of Waffle Cone, Memoirs of a Trespasser. There's another one that's really good. I can't remember. Then there's Sun Drunk. That's a good one. There's a couple other good ones, but you have to pick the right 8. It's $38 on their website, and it's really good. Oh, nice. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are kind of like rivals as far as sports are concerned, because of Philly fans hate Pittsburgh fans and vice versa. How do you feel about storing cologne in a fridge? No, you got to keep it at an ideal temperature. I don't remember what the temperature is. It's 30 some degrees, which some refrigerators are at. There actually is refrigerators that are for fragrances. One of my subscribers actually has one. I don't think that's actually necessary. I think you can just keep it away from the sun or any type of like bathroom or shower, as long as you keep it away from the heat. I keep mine just on a shelf in my bedroom that is kind of away from a window, and I have fragrances that last 10 years plus. AZZARO Pour Homme Intense. Have you tried it? I haven't tried any of the AZZARO Pour Hommes. So I can't help you with that. I have seen them. It's just the notes that I've looked up weren't really interesting to me. And even though I do like AZZARO, and I'll probably get around to them at some point, right now I don't have any of them. I think I tried one, and I think it was the original, and I think I didn't like it. What's up, Tim? Good evening, fellows. Greetings from Canada. Awesome. Do you watch hockey since you're from Canada? Because that's like the big sport up there. Starting to hate blue fragrances. I see blue fragrances in the category. I can agree with you. There are a lot more of blue fragrances I don't care to wear than there are the ones that I do care to wear. It's just there's too many out there that smell so similar. You just have to pick the right ones. And then I can say there's good ones out there for sure. Like, I like Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, no matter what anybody says. There's a lot of good ones out there. You just have to find the right ones that the other ones are trying to copy. My brothers, I hope everyone is doing. Oh, what's up, Luke? Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody, for the rest of the 5 hours that we have. I just saw the movie The Deer Hunter from 1978 with Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken. They filmed it near Pittsburgh. Yeah, they also filmed Dark Knight. If you ever watched Dark Knight Rises, they filmed that here. They also filmed. I was in 2 different movies. I was in Sorority Row. If you actually watch the first scene of Sorority Row, I'm dancing with a girl in her bra and panties. You just have to go on the internet and find the first scene. I'm there. I was like 18. I was also in the movie She's Out of My League. I was at the airport, and I was in 3 different scenes of that movie. But I actually saw Christian Bale because I worked down in Pittsburgh, and they were filming it at the football stadium, and I saw Christian Bale across the street just walking with the security guards. Pretty cool. Sorry about that. That's why I got out of there 15 years ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this place is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of good spots there, but I was just young and drunk, so he boned her first. Don't forget. What's up, RXL? How you doing? What a story. We needed to. Oh, well, I'm way behind. We need a Detroit video soon. I actually should make a Detroit video. I mean, it wouldn't have anything to do with fragrances, but a friend of mine's car got stolen and semen was found in the backseat like a year or 2 ago. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Imaginary Authors is amazing. Yeah, whenever I was talking about it, L'HOMME, That Smells Good was all about it. 2 bottles purchased so far. I purchased 1, and I'm leaning on 2 or 3 more. Yeah, that is my campfire story. Let me get to the rest of these questions for a second. There's only like 6 more, and then I'm gonna start talking about cherry smoke and Mancera Tonka Cola. Creed Aventus. See, I don't want Aventus. It's either Aventus Cologne, Millesime Imperial, or what's the last one? Virgin Island water. Steve Carell, because I like Aventus Cologne more than I like Aventus. Steve Carell needs to make a series out in this story. Prison Mike. I love The Office. Original Santel, Tabarone, Viking, Himalaya. You might like those. Somebody was saying, Mo was saying the thing about the original Santel the other day. I need to go out to Nordstrom's. What I'm doing is I'm saving up a bunch of money, probably like $1,500 or so. And then I'm going out to Nordstrom's when they have their 15% off sale in December. And then I'm going to buy 1 Creed, 2 Tom Fords, a Parfums de Marly, and something else. And I'm not sure what they are. I'm going out there and I'm just saying, hey, fuck, I'm buying it. And then that's what I'm going to do. The only Creed fragrance I sort of like was Millesime Imperial. Oddly enough, Aventus didn't do it much for me. Yeah, see, Aventus doesn't do that much for me either. Aventus Cologne does it for me, doesn't do it for my wife. Millesime Imperial or Millesime Imperial does it for me, doesn't do it for my wife. The only one that my wife likes is Virgin Island water, which is kind of like a classier, longer lasting version of Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Bart's. So if you like Set Sail St. Bart's, you would like the Virgin Island water. The only Creed, most of Delaware are Philly fans because of the proximity. Yep. I used to live I used to go to Rehoboth all the time. I don't watch hockey anymore, but I still love it. I'm in Ontario. Oh, how do you live in Ontario and you're not a hockey fan? Or you still watch it, but you're not a huge fan. But yeah, the Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon are from Ontario. I don't watch. What's up, Fragrance Fight Night? I was just talking about you. I said that people need to come over and follow your channel. I've always liked your funny shorts. You live down the street from me. Always good to support the fellow fragrance peeps. Does Pittsburgh have a lot of diamond mines? No, we were a steel factory. Biggest steel producer, pretty much any of your cities, Chicago, New York. You got your buildings from Pittsburgh. All of the steel that's in all those buildings came from Pittsburgh for the most part, unless they're like newer buildings. But from like 1910 until I'd say like 1990, any of the buildings that were built with Pittsburgh steel. And then also your ketchup. If you like ketchup, then you got it from Pittsburgh. Dude, at Nordstrom, I don't care what it is. Shut up and take my money. Yeah, it's the first time I'm ever going to actually buy a bottle from Nordstrom's. I usually like to buy on discounters, but I want to go out there. I want to spend some money and I want to do some hustling and get my 15% off. It's pronounced Sydney. You would say Sidney Crosby. That's funny. There's so many people. Philly, Detroit, they all know me. I know me. No, Sidney Crosby is Cindy. Insurrection Pure 2 is very close to Creed Aventus Cologne. Yeah, I actually did get a vial of that. A vial. What is this, fucking Harry Potter? No, I got a decant of it from one of my subscribers, and I actually do like Insurrection Pure 2. Rayon Tradition, they have some very bad clones, but they have some really, really good clones. For instance, Insurrection 2 Pure and Insurrection 2 Wild. Very good. Pittsburgh for life. Hell yeah. I'm staying here my whole life. I love it here. I'm sitting in my garage right now, chilling out, living a life. Are you at work right now, Alan? Heinz ketchup and mustard is amazing. It is. You can get the Giant Eagle or the Whole Foods brand, but it ain't gonna match up to Heinz ever. But anyway, let's talk about some new releases. The reason that I kind of did this live stream, I've been MIA. For anybody who's wondering, my videos have probably been a little bit lackluster lately because I put out a video every day. I mean, it is what it is. And there's not really anything to talk about right now outside of repetitiveness. I have 200 fragrances. I've made my way through pretty much all of them. I'm buying some new ones soon. I don't want to go too deep into niche unless you guys ask me to. So remember, if you ever want me to pick something up, then tell me. I'll pick it up. If it's like a bunch of people are asking me, I'm not just going to pick up some random thing that nobody has ever heard of before. But if a bunch of people ask me to pick something up, I'll pick it up. I'm going to get back to picking up 3 or 4 every single month that you guys ask me. We're going to get back to that probably in January. But this week, I'm going to be doing going away from fragrances. So I'm going to be doing a decanting video for people who like to decant. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to decant properly to make it easier on the process. I'm going to do some fragrance terminology that a lot of people don't know. I'm going to do a channel update letting you know what's going on with me. And then we're doing a collections review. I'm reviewing your collections. I have a video for a bunch of Issey Miyake's. It's coming out on Tuesday. And then after that, it's going to be pretty much non-fragrance videos for the rest of the week. And then I'm reviewing, I think it's 10 collections that were sent to me this time. I had 75 sent to me last time. This time it's 10, so I'll be able to focus on them. But I have to tell you, I think 5 of the collections that were sent to me are fucking double the size of mine. They're gigantic. So it's going to be fun to watch. So Tonka Cola is a new Mancera fragrance that's coming out. And I'm saying coming out because right now it was released on iFragrance probably 3 weeks ago. Again, usually it takes a week. Then it arrives in Europe, which it did. And then usually it takes a month and it arrives to the USA and Canada, North America. With that said, Mancera is always a bit delayed. They're about a month and a half usually. But with that said, Mancera, I contacted them and said, hey, do you know when this is going to be in the USA, North America area that I can pick it up? Or is there a way that I can pick this up, pay for it, and then pay like a little bit extra for shipping and you guys ship it to me so I can review it? They said, no, we can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then they said that it's actually on a delay right now, and Mancera Tonka Cola will not be in the United States till at least minimum January 23rd. They said this is subject to change, but right now, the newest release, which is Tonka Cola, is probably not going to be seen in the U.S. market online anywhere until probably January at the minimum. So just an FYI. I'm really excited about the fragrance. If you haven't seen my shorts or anything like that, I'm going to talk about it later this week, but it's literally going to, I've never really been too excited about a Mancera before. I like a few of them. But the release of it is going to be huge, and a lot of people are talking about it because Tonka is a really favorable note for a lot of people. It has that little bit of powderiness, that almost vanillic feel to it. Then you get this like cherry Coke vibe, and there's other notes in it. There's cherry, there's something else, but they're trying to build it around almost like a cherry cola. And I think that's really cool because if you get that like vanilla cherry Coke with that little bit almost like of a fizzy vibe mixed in, I think it'll be a fantastic fall and winter fragrance that you could even wear into spring. It looks amazing. So I don't know the whole all the note breakdowns and stuff like that. You can go to iFragrance Official, figure it out. I know there's a few. It's like cherry, tonka, vanilla, lavender, a couple other things, but it sounds like it's going to be really good. And I think there's cashmere in it, which gives off that effervescent like fizziness. And I'm hoping there's some kind of like ambroxan or something in there too, or amberwood, which would be really nice. Oh, you're on your way into work. Okay. Now talking about Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke. So you can buy Cherry Smoke on eBay, or I don't even want to say Mercari because it's the same seller. You can buy it on eBay. It's like $2.45 for the 1 ounce and $3.95 for the large, whatever that is, 3.4 ounce. Anyway, or no, 50 mil. It's a Tom Ford. It's a 50 mil. So it's a 1 ounce and then a 50 mil for $3.95. Tom Ford Cherry Smoke, there is no notes yet. But I did see some guys review, and I was just telling this to Alan from Fragrance Fight Night. I watched the video that Mo or Hamzat sent me, and I learned, I came out of that video knowing less about the fragrance than I did before I watched it. He was kind of like, oh, it smells like Lost Cherry, but Lost Cherry, you have to be a bold person to wear. And this one, you don't have to be a bold person. I think it's more masculine. I don't know. It's kind of like Lost Cherry, but it's kind of not like Lost Cherry. And then it has this like leather and oud, it smells like, but there's no notes, and I'm bad at picking out notes. So there might not be any leather in here or oud. And I'm like, all right. So what I gathered from it is it's pretty much what I expected, is that a lot of people were calling for a more masculine take on Lost Cherry, which I find Lost Cherry to be right directly in the middle of unisex. I love Lost Cherry. I'll wear it. I love it. I don't think you have to be bold to wear it. I think that it smells great on anybody. But with that said, it's a more masculine take. I'm guessing that there was going to be some smoke in it since it's like incense or something like that. And then I'm guessing there's some kind of woods like oud or something like that, because oud is the favorable thing going on right now. So Tom Ford, if they do oud and it does go in the Lost Cherry DNA, I think that might smell good, because Tom Ford's oud doesn't really come off too animalic or heavy or stinky or dank. So I think it might be a really interesting fragrance. But I do want to tell you guys this. If you want to buy Cherry Smoke or Lost Cherry or whatever it is from Tom Ford, Nordstrom every year does a 15 to 20% off beauty in December, and they always do. Just wait. Just get the 15% off, because you'll save yourself $60, because it's a $400 fragrance. You'll save yourself $60. I mean, I'll probably just afterpay it. No, I'm going to have the money, so I'm probably not going to afterpay that one. But I might, I don't know. It depends on, I'm going to smell it, and I'm obviously not going to buy it if I don't like it. But anyway, those are the two new releases. Then they have Mancera's Fabulous YUZU, which I do like the note of YUZU. It's almost like a lemony type of smell. It's like almost like a florally lemon, and that's usually how Mancera comes across. They have a little bit of a florally take with some type of citrus. So I'm interested in that. It sounds like it's going to be something like Jensen's by the YUZU Grow from Galleria, which is probably my favorite by that line as far as fresh fragrance is concerned. But I won't be picking that up until the spring. If it does, I'll try it out at my Macy's or Saks if they get it in. Then they have one that I'm not interested in at all. It's Mancera of the Wild, and it's supposed to have like animalic notes and stuff like that, and I'm not interested at all. So anyway, I'd like the decant and fragrance terminology video. Yes. So the one video is just going to be, I kind of want to take a break from fragrances for a minute, since there's no new releases. If you guys want me to do a video, a top 5, whatever, on anything, just tell me, I'll do it. I just wanted to take a break from fragrances for a second, take a break from doing all the editing and all the drop downs and transitions of words. And I just want to just give you guys some information. And so that information is going to be how to decant, the different types of bottles that you can do decanting with that call for different types of decanting. Then I want to do fragrance terminology because I've had a lot of people question the difference between maceration and maturity, flanker and new release, stuff like that, anosmic. And so I want to do a fragrance terminology video as well. And then again, my channel update, which is going to be a going forward, this is what to expect, and the new releases and stuff like that. Yeah, time for Professor Dude to make an entrance. Thanks for the Mancera. You're welcome, Chris. I'll keep you updated, Chris. If I see anything different, I'll put it on my community tab, but I'll also Instagram message you and let you know if I hear anything different from the Manceras, because I'm gonna keep an eye on it every day. And if anything, I'm gonna try to find it on eBay before anything else. Did I miss anything? No, I didn't. Does Lost Cherry smell like a Jolly Rancher? No, it smells like cherry and almond. It's like cherry almond, almost like a little bit of like a vanillic tinge, but mostly cherry. It's a really nice cherry fragrance. It's right in the middle of feminine and masculine. It's really nice. If you like cherry fragrances, it's probably the best one that I've tried. I know there's people that love it. There's people that just say I'd rather go with something else, but I wouldn't call it candy-like at all. It's more of like a cherry fragrance, but cherry is the main note in it. And it's one of the heaviest cherry fragrances I've tried, but I really love it. I love Lost Cherry. I just finished my decant the other day and I just really, really like it. Do you have YSL Bleu Electrique? And if so, how do you feel about it? I've never been a huge fan of the YSL L'HOMME or La Nuit de L'HOMME line, LNDL. I haven't been a huge fan of them. I mean, I can say I like them, but none of them have ever just said, wow, this is just an amazing fragrance that I have to wear every single day, or I want to wear it every single day. None of them give me those vibes. So ever since the beginning, even the original YSL LNDL or the original L'HOMME, the ginger, the cardamom, they've never just kind of wowed me. They never did. With that said, Bleu Electrique, I do like it. I have it. You can still get it on News Parfums for about 50 bucks. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Just keep looking. It's not discontinued in Europe, so you can still find it every once in a while on Fragrance Buy or, again, News Parfums, which is out of France. With that said, it's kind of just like if you took the original LNDL, you modernized it, and you add a little bit of a blue facet to it. Pretty much what you get. It's probably the best one that I've tried, but I would wear it. Do I get huge compliments from it? No. Does my wife like it? Yeah. Does she love it? No. That's pretty much what I hear from most people. It's an overhyped fragrance. As far as the only reason it was overhyped was because it was discontinued. But Bleu Electrique's a fine fragrance if you can find it at the right price, which I think is about $70. $70 and below is acceptable for that fragrance. Above that, I don't think it's worth it. I know a lot of people like the L'HOMME and LNDL line. I've just never been a fan. I've never been a huge fan, I should say. They're decent fragrances. They're easy to wear fragrances. They're just whatever. Yeah. So anyway, we got 3 fragrances here. We got Whispers in the Library, which is a replica. It's a really nice fragrance that is a great fragrance to wear if you're trying to like calm down or you want something just calming. It has this, and don't take this the wrong way, hear me out until the end. So it has this like old library, like pages of a book type feel to it. But it's all of that is kind of like underneath this nice calming vanilla. It is one of the best like vanilla Again, it's hard to explain, but the way that they put together whispers in the library, it reminds me of kind of like if you walked into a library and then you smelled somebody that had vanilla, like a vanilla candle or something. It doesn't have that vanilla candle vibe, but I'm just saying it has that old pages of a book. If you smelled like an old textbook mixed with this beautiful vanilla, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's calming. If you like any type of vanilla scent, you would love this. One of the best fragrances that I've tried as far as like nighttime fragrances are concerned, one of the best replicas out there and really underrated. Whispers in the Library, you should definitely get your nose on. If you haven't, I think it might be discontinued now, but you can find it on News Parfums for like $70 or $80. It's absolutely amazing. I know Jeff from SoCal Scents. He wanted me to buy a bottle because I was doing an order from News Parfums and I needed one more. And so he bought it and said, you can take as much out of it as you want. And so I did. I took like 20 mils or something like that and put them in decants and then sent it off to him. And I'm really happy I did. I'm about to buy a full bottle of it. Really, really good. Speaking of that, I want to get more replicas. And right now, if you guys don't know, if you're looking for a Christmas gift from the wife, girlfriend, mom, whatever it is, I don't know what age you are. Right now, they have, last year I did it and I told you guys all about it. They have a little bag at Sephora where they give you 10 to 15 fragrances. And so they give them to you in these little samples. I think they're like 1 mil. And you try them out and then they give you a ticket inside to get a bottle of your favorite one. Hamzat and Mo, go talk separately. It's popping up on the screen. But anyway, where was I? No idea. Oh, okay. So in Sephora, they have a bag that you get 10 to 15 fragrances in these little 1 mil decants. And so what you do is you try out each one, you pick your favorite, you take the ticket in, and they give you a free bottle of whatever you choose. So you should ask for that because this year they actually have a few niche in there. I think they have a Juliet Has a Gun. They have a replica. And then they have like an Armani, Sauvage. They have a bunch of different Versace's. You try it out, pick one. And I'm going to do it this year because I found out that that ticket isn't just good for what's in the bag. It's good for anything from those lines. So if you find that replica and you don't like the replica, but you still want to get it, you can go and choose like replica coffee break or whatever it might be. If it's not in the bag, you can still use that card for it. And so I actually quite like it. I asked my wife to get me it, even though I have most of the fragrances in the bag, because I mean, it's $60 and you or $65 and you end up getting a brand new fragrance. And so, yeah, just figured I'd let you guys know that. They have 3 different bags. You just have to go to different Sephoras. They have different ones at different Sephoras. Yeah, Lost Cherry does not smell like a Jolly Rancher. I was going to say my house already has enough books in it. It smells like a lot. It's really hard to explain this. The main note is vanilla. So if you like vanilla fragrances, it's a very rich, it's a very, doesn't smell synthetic at all. It's a very realistic vanilla. And then it has this background, almost like lavender or something like that. But it smells like the old, like a pages of an old book, which to me always smelled great. But, and it's weird to say that. And then you mix that all together and put this vanilla in it, and it's beautiful. But anyway, what I was getting at is I had a decant of this from Frag. He sent it to me. It's By the Fireplace. And while I have tried it, I wanted to, sorry, somebody else texted me. Mike from I Smell just texted me and said something happened to him, and I need to figure out what that is. So anyway, coffee break is on the way. I want autumn vibes. I also want one other one, and I can't remember what the name is at this point in time. Jazz Club. And then this one, my wife doesn't like it that much. She says it smells like a candle, replica By the Fireplace. But I can see what she's talking about. It has this like almost waxy vibe to it. But with that said, it really smells like you're sitting by a fireplace roasting marshmallows or something like that. And I think it's a really nice kind of situational fragrance for the fall and winter. I'm probably going to end up buying a small bottle of it. I don't think it's something that I'd be able to go through quickly. It'd probably be on my shelf for 4 to 5 years. But yeah, it has almost like this smokiness. It has this warmth to it, almost like an ambery facet. Then you get like vanilla. Like I said, it smells like a fire mixed with like a marshmallow. Like it's really nice. Under the Lemon Tree, that's another one that I wanted to try as well. Chris, if you want to hear about Coffee Break is actually a really good fragrance. I don't know why it's not talked about enough. And I'll go back up to other people's questions. It's just his thing popped on my screen. Coffee Break, I've always been looking for a really nice, just calming coffee fragrance. Not like one like Halloween Man X, which is like a sweetness overload in your face of roasted coffee that kind of smells synthetic. I don't like that. I like coffee fragrances to be kind of like what you feel when you drink or smell a cup of coffee. It's like it wakes you up. You can wear it in the morning, you can wear it at night, kind of like to get that little jolt of energy. Coffee Break by Replica is actually, it does that. It's a softer, almost calming, not roasted coffee, but it has like this nice coffee note. Like if you would go into a Starbucks or something like that, and you just get the aroma of coffee. It has that in it, along with a lot of different sweet notes. I think there's like tonka and vanilla underneath it, as well as almost like it feels like a little fizziness to it as well. Overall, the coffee is the center, as well as a little bit of that sweet vanilla underneath. It's a very nice fragrance, and for the coffee in it, it's exactly what I want from a coffee fragrance. So Coffee Break to me is one of the best coffee fragrances out there. I don't know why it's not talked about enough. If you can get out and smell it, they do have it at every Sephora, and I think that it's well worth the money, especially because Mancera's can be picked up usually around 130 unless you're getting it on sale, but you can get them on News Parfums for like 90, and I think that's definitely worth that price. Whispers in the Library, I would say it's slightly dusty vanilla. Yeah, dusty. That's a good word, good way to put it. It's like the dusty books, but it's not like where you're gonna sneeze or anything. It's still really hard to explain. I don't know if I could ever do a video of Whispers in the Library because I'd just be making shit up for 5-10 minutes. Other than saying like it's like vanilla and like a book, like a little bit dusty, like Mo said. I don't think I'd be able to come up with the words to make a video for that. Yeah. Hamzat. Once I get my bottle of Coffee Break, well, you've sent me enough fragrances. I'll send you a little decant of it. But yeah, if you guys like coffee fragrances, you should definitely try out Coffee Break. Again, it's softer and calming, so it's more of a morning or nighttime fragrance. It's not a night out type fragrance. It's more of like a personal enjoyment, but my wife loves it. I love it. I honestly, I've gotten compliments from it when I've wore it like to get-togethers with my family, stuff like that. It's a nice, like, I wore it the other day. I still had a decant of it, so I went out to a what's it called? One of those craft and vendor shows. And I wore it there, and I had 2 people say, "Hey, you smell good. What are you wearing?" I was a Coffee Break. It smells really nice. Dude, your mic is rubbing against your collar and making a scratching noise every time you move. Jay, dude, sorry. I'm fucking sorry. No, sorry if I hurt anybody here doing that. It's my collar, and I understand. Here, there we go. It's probably going to rub even worse against my collar now. But yeah, sorry about that. I actually was just talking to, what's his name? Alan from Fragrance Fight Night about getting a new mic. I need to find a mic because I use my phone. My phone has better quality than my camera. My phone has better quality than my laptop. And all my editing software is on my phone. And so I decided that I was going to get a nice mic, like one of the ones that you can see on the, but I don't want like the big boom arm or whatever they're called. I don't want that. I just kind of just want like a nice mic that has noise cancellation so I can do my videos even if my family's around. and I need to have it be a Bluetooth one that goes to my phone. I don't want that clips on. I don't want that. And so I've been looking, and I think I found the right one, but I'm probably not gonna. I'm gonna wait until after Christmas, and then I'm gonna buy it. So in the meantime, you guys are gonna have to deal with this. Which, if you didn't know, 90% of my videos, I actually just take this and I sit it right in front of me on a book, and I just talk normally, and I'm recording from my iPhone. So I don't think it sounds bad. I mean, maybe now because it's rubbing against my shirt, but in my actual videos, I don't think it sounds terrible. I think it could be better, but yeah. Coffee break is underrated. A good amount of the replicas are very solid. My decants are either done or pretty low. Yeah, coffee break is really underrated fragrance. And it's not going to like be one of those, oh, sexy night out fragrance, absolutely amazing. It's going to be one of the best, most underrated coffee fragrances. And what do you use coffee fragrances for? Just kind of like chilling at home, sipping a cup of coffee, that type of thing. That's what you want to wear it for. And maybe going to run errands. That's what it's great for. Fall and winter fragrance, maybe into the spring. I could even wear it during the summer if I'm staying at home. It's a really good fragrance. You're welcome, Chris. I should probably I'm going to do a review on some replicas once I get my hands on them. I just been so there was either too many fragrances coming out that I always want to get you guys the fragrances, the designer fragrances reviews first. And it's either there was too many coming out or I got bored because there wasn't any coming out. So I was just like, kind of got lazy and just was pulling everything out. I was walking into my room on Monday when I was about to record my videos and just saying, all right, what can I talk about today? You know, I probably have to do a 5 list. So I'll just pick these 5. They all have, yeah, that's good. That's the title for that one. I haven't talked about Sauvage yet. I'm going to just talk about that. And I don't want to do that. I kind of just want to do something that I'm interested in at that point in time. And right now, there's such a lull in the fragrance community because there's no new releases and hasn't been. I'm trying to figure out a way to keep myself interested in myself, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I thought a good week off of the fragrances and just doing some terminology and whatnot would be good. Take it off, big boy. Yeah. How about this? I lost 20 pounds in the last 6 weeks. I haven't stepped on a scale since I started running. And if you guys don't know, about a year ago before I started my channel, broke my leg and I gained about 65 pounds. And so I finally, everything recuperated back to normal. And I have been running 5 miles every single night, sometimes 2 to 3 miles during the day as well, trying to get back to where I was before. And it's starting to work. Yeah, the Starbucks description, that's the best way I can put it. Like if you pick up a delivery of Starbucks or pick up a delivery. If you pick up a takeout from Starbucks that you order on the app or something and you walk in and you just get that aroma of the coffee, not necessarily sticking your face into coffee beans or roasting coffee or doing espresso at home. It's like if you walked into the Starbucks and you just get that sweet coffee aroma with like almost like you can smell the syrups and the coffee being made and the lattes. It's like you get that mixture, and it really reminds me of that. Hard work pays off. Yeah, I actually enjoy myself now. Now that I have my TV set up, I got my Wi-Fi extender in here. I can run. I actually told my wife I love coming up here at night. Like tonight, I came up here at 7 o'clock, set all this up, brought all my hoodies and stuff, got my running shorts out, got everything set up, my weightlifting stuff, and I'm getting it all set up, getting it ready. And then I'll go and I'll put on Game of Thrones, or right now I'm watching The Mandalorian again, and I'm going to put that on TV, or maybe NFL if there's a good game on, and just go jog on the treadmill for 5 miles, about an hour, and then just jump off and take a shower, go to bed. And I'm sleeping a lot better. I didn't realize how much your sleep is affected when you're not exercising. I honestly did not realize it until I started having I have Lyme disease. And if you guys don't know, if you have Lyme disease, you have Lyme disease your whole life. And it really makes you not be able to sleep, especially when you're not exercising. But I found out that exercising actually takes that jitteriness from the Lyme disease away. With that said, going into the last one that I pulled out, Pure XS. I actually got this, and he probably doesn't know it, but Hamzat sent me Pure XS once as like a card, or like a small 1 milliliter, and then I got a bunch of them from News Parfums, so I put them all in a 5 milliliter decant, and I've been wearing my way through it. And so he actually sent me most of what's in here. Yeah, see, somebody said that Pure XS smells like Invictus Victory, and I get the background of that. It has that like, no, I don't really get the Invictus Victory. This one is sweeter. So this has this like sweet vibe, almost fruity mixed with like a warmth. It's really, really nice fragrance. And I think you can find it usually around like $40 or $50. Tell me what you guys can find it at. I haven't looked this up to buy the full bottle yet, because the last time I went to buy it, I bought the wrong one. I bought Black XS and I hated it. Pure XS is really good. This is one that if you're looking, it's almost like if you took Coach for Men and you made it into a fall fragrance and added some like sweet, warm, and deep notes. It kind of reminds me of that. It has this like fruitiness to it, almost this like effervescence to the. And I hate saying that word. I learned that word from Jensense like 2 years ago, and now I use it too much. It's almost like this fizziness, and then you have I think there's caramel in this, and it gives it this like warm resinous undertone that has like this sweetness. It's a really sweet fragrance, but it has a fruity top, especially in the opening, and I really like it. I get boozy cola from it. See, this is like the 6th time I've sprayed it, but Pure XS is super underrated. SoCal hooked me up with an eBay link for 45. Yeah, he loves using eBay. I can see the boozy cola. I can see the cola. It's like, again, that fizziness to it. It is only for cool weather. You are 100% correct about that. I wouldn't wear it maybe in the spring where I live, because the spring is about 50 degrees or less. But cool weather, yeah, fall, winter, spring, it's really good fragrance. I think that it's definitely well underrated. It should be talked about more. Again, Black XS, I don't like. I think that smells like strawberry champagne. And while that might be good for some people, it was too much for me. This one is still very sweet, just like the Black XS is, but at the same time, it has this, it's not cloying. It's very well put together, very well blended. So I haven't really worked my way to the dry down with this yet, surprisingly. I wore it twice, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I wore it both times, and I never really smelled myself after. Make sure effervescent is in the fragrance terminology video. Yeah, all I mean by effervescent, because I know Jensense, well, at least when I used to watch him, he would say it's effervescent, it's bright. To me, effervescent is something that comes across like an ambroxan does sometimes, or like I said, cashmere wood, where it provides almost this fizzy pop to it that almost feels like a Coke, like a what you would get if you open up a can of pop and put it under your nose, gave you that little bit of like a tickling feeling. It's like, I understand where he says bright, but how can a fragrance be bright? To me, it's just, it more provides this fresh fizziness to it that you get in something like Dolce & Gabbana's The One Intense. It's, I guess it could be called bright, but it just doesn't make sense. I want to explain it where it's dumbed down for people who just want to know what it smells like. And so to me, effervescent is just like, it provides that fizziness you would get if you opened a can of pop, something like that. I should probably just stick with fizziness. It's a strange, cheap strawberry smell. Yeah, that's the same thing I get with Black XS. The only one I haven't tried is Pure XS Night. I heard good things about that as well. I don't know if it smells very similar to the one I'm smelling now. I just never got around them. I also want to get Ultra Red by Paco Rabanne. There's a bunch of Paco Rabannes that I want to get my nose on. I know that Hamzat sent me a Paco Rabanne once, and it broke in the package, and I couldn't really smell it. But what I did smell, I can't remember what it was called. It was a weird name, like Only Me or something like that. I can't remember, but I like that one. Hamzat, if you can remember what that was it Strong Me? I think it was Strong Me. That smelled good too. Nice. I love fragrance that I get boozy. Yeah. So $45 Newt is what you get it online. That's a good price. So yeah, Pure XS. I would definitely pick this up if you like the sweeter fragrances. You want almost like a little bit of a different sweetness to it too. As it dries down, it gets a little bit bolder. It doesn't have that fizziness as you get in the opening. It has almost this darkness in it, but it's still sweet. It's still very sweet, and it maintains its sweetness. I do know that. I know on my skin it maintained its sweetness for quite a while, and it projects nicely, it seems. So yeah, Pure XS is definitely one that I need to buy a bottle and do a full test of. So yeah. What's up, Uncle Iro or Iro? How you doing? Black XS challenging, definitely for the cold weather. Yep. I don't like it at all. I smelled it and returned it the same day. Pure XS is nice. I'm going to sample of XS Night and buy one of them 1 million elixir. See, 1 million elixir, I don't know what to think about that thing. I'm probably going to buy it just to complete the 1 million collection at some point in time. But 1 million elixir is just, there's something about it. I didn't like it for the first 6 months that I had it. Then I gave it to my brother, and then I smelled it again whenever Mo asked me to. And I was thinking to myself, that's actually not that bad. But then I got to the dry down, and I was like, it's still not that bad, but there's still something about it. It's like cloyingly sweet, but at the same time, it still smells good. It smells like a different version of the original, stronger, mixed with a bit of what is in the Parfum. I don't know. 1 million elixir is okay. I don't think that it's in the top 5 this year. Would you like it if you like really sweet fragrances? Probably, yeah. I can see why people like it. To me, it's just an okay fragrance that if I owned another bottle of it, I would not buy it and I would not wear it. It would just sit there on the shelf to collect dust. And so I don't think I would buy it again. Strong Me is plum. That's why I liked it. Yeah, so he sent me Strong Me. It broke in the box, and it has plum. Plum is my favorite fragrance note, especially whenever plum is used in the fall and winter fragrances. That's really good. So we have a half hour left. As you guys know, my lives aren't like everybody else's where they're like 4 or 5 hours long. I do my live 7:30 to 9. So we got a half hour. In 15 minutes, we will do the giveaway. The new way that we're doing it is I'm going to name you. I'm going to ask a question, and the first person to answer it is going to be the winner. It's the easiest way, so I don't have to freaking cut up a bunch of names and throw them in a hat and stuff like that. And the winner is going to get, just like last week and the week before that, 4 different fragrances that my wife is going to randomly choose. 4 decants, and I'll put them in a package, send them to you, and they'll get there in 2 days. The last people, Mo and Jonky Kong, it took like 4 weeks for me to get them to them because I was on business trips and my cabin and all kinds of weird crap. But what's up, Daddy? What up, Daddy? I think I said that to you last time too, and I was like, what? Hey guys, if you had to buy one bottle for a max of $300, like the best one out there for the price, which one? I wouldn't even spend $300. I honestly think that designer fragrances, for the most part, I would rather spend $300 in designer fragrances than one fragrance for $300. There's no niche fragrance out there that I can say, would I rather buy that than the entire AZZARO line? No, I wouldn't. You could get Wanted by Night, Most Wanted, and Most Wanted Parfum. Or if you just wanted to switch it up and get just Most Wanted, Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultramall, and or just Most Wanted and Killian Angel Share, you'd still be under $300. So to me, I don't think that I would buy just one $300 niche. If that's what you're leaving it up to, it'd probably Roja Elysium. I really do like Roja Elysium a lot. I think that it's a very good fragrance that can be worn in pretty much any situation. It's kind of like the Aventus of of the Roja Dove collection. While it doesn't smell the same, it still is worn in the same type of situations, and I prefer Elysium over it. If we're talking about fall and winter fragrances, I would probably go with Parfums de Marly Harad. That's the one that I've been wearing. I'm wearing it right now. I really like that. I think it's a fantastic fall and winter fragrance. Outside of that, I don't think that there'd be anything. I would rather just pick up 3 designer fragrances, or like I said, Angel Share or Harad in AZZARO the Most Wanted. I'm a clinical pharmacist. I work from home, and I approve pharmacy prescriptions that are over $10,000 for chemo. That's my little that's my niche in my job. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. Like, I'm not a pill counter or anything like that. Could be, don't want to. And I worked as a pharmacy tech prior to that, and I worked as a radiographic technologist before that. I worked at AT&T before that. But now I just sit at home approving chemo prescriptions. That's a whole lot of penguins. Might not be the best time to say I'm a Habs. I like all hockey. If you're a Habs fan, that's fantastic. You guys are young. The average age on your team is 23 years old. Your captain came out of the middle of nowhere and is doing amazing. You still got your young guns that are super grindy. And so I have a feeling Montreal is going to make it to the cup in the next 5 years. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I have no problem with, I like all hockey. That's all. Yep, you did. I had a hard time. Yeah, I knew I said daddy. I had a hard time spending 125 myself for this bottle, let alone 300. I do Afterpay. Even though I could buy the $300 fragrances if I want, I'd rather do Afterpay, because kind of just like a free credit card that you don't have interest on. You $300, you separate it over 4 payments over a 2, 4, 6, 8 8 to 10 week period, and you pay, instead of 300, you pay $75 every paycheck. So I would just rather do that. I can't wait to try your Rolfa King decant on the way. Oh, that is what I've tried every creed. A lot of them I can't remember because I always take my wife with me, and she's always in a rush to get out of there. So I've tried every creed. I just don't remember most of them. I agree, Randy. If you had to pick one, I'd go with Creed or Rolfa. See, I need to try that then. Hey, thanks. I want at least one niche in my collection just to see, Sam. The best way to do it is to go on Aura, AURA fragrance. And they have a lot of creeds and Parfums de Marly's especially. And even if they're not in stock, just put a notification on, because you can get like Parfums de Marly Harad, which is around $300, or on other discount sites, it's about $250, but on Aura Fragrance, it's like $150. And if you just wait for them to come on there, you can get Leighton for like $160, which is a really good fragrance. You can get Aventus Cologne for like $170. I would just, if you're looking for a niche fragrance and you want to spend around designer, like high-end designer prices, go on Aura Fragrance, and just, you can get 2 niche fragrances that should cost $300 each, and you can get both of them for $300. So I would just do that. That's the best way to do it. Tom Fords aren't on there. But Tom Fords are kind of like if you want to splurge. That's what she said. But yeah, Aura fragrance is legit. They used to not be, at least in my opinion. They always fucked shit up. But then Hamzat said that they are a legit store. And so I went, he said that they've turned their act around, stuff like that. So I got my Harad from them. I think I got my OAJAN from them. I got my Percival and my Sedley from them. So yes, they are 100% legit. You're welcome, Evelyn. Yes, I bought 10 from Aura. Yeah, they're definitely good. I gotta appreciate Hamzat for telling me about that. Another one that I use, I'll have to post it. I can't remember the name of it, but there's another really good fragrance, e-discount perfumes. They sell on eBay, but if you go to their site, if you see something on eBay that's sold by e-discount perfumes, go to their website and just buy it from their website. They have the same stuff, and you don't have to pay all of the eBay fees and shipping and stuff like that. Just go to their website, and then you can get just the base cost, which is usually around the price of Aura. My next two Creed purchases are Virgin Island water. Yeah, I that's the one that I'm leaning towards right now is Virgin Island water, but I need to go out and try them. Again, I'm spending about an hour, and my Nordstrom's, I've seen other Nordstroms. My Nordstrom's is the best Nordstrom's that you can have. They have all the Tom Fords. They have all of the Creeds. They have all the Parfums de Marly's. They have the Mason Francis Kirkjohns. They have all of them. And they also have a bunch of niche over in the corner that you can just, or random niche. Like they have some Manceras. They have some this, some that, some this. They have Initios, and they're just all chilling there. And I want to go and spend the time there and actually figure out what I want to buy. I know I'm buying my wife Parfums de Marly, whatever the girls one is, for Christmas, and I'm also getting her Juliet Has a Gun Pair Incorporated. So I'm gonna go out and buy those while I'm there. Thanks for the tip on Aura. I really want a full bottle of Harad. Yeah, Eddie, just it might not be on there, but I can tell you Harad comes back onto Aura probably every 2 weeks. I actually think I saw it on there yesterday. And in that in e-discount perfumes, both have it for, I think it's 155 or something like that. And there's not much tax or anything like that. But yeah, Delina is the one that I wanted to get for my wife. But 159 on Aura right now. So yeah, that's the best price you can get Harad for anywhere. You're not going to be able to find it cheaper. That is a price that if you buy it, don't like it, you can sell it for 200, 250. It's fantastic price. It's kind of like a Reddit price. It's ridiculous. I've still yet to come across a Tom Ford fragrance that I can say I liked. So I thought Mo and Hamzat were having a conversation. If you don't know, they were one of my first subscribers. I talked to them. Hamzat sent me a bunch of stuff, and now we do like group chats outside of here. And we were talking about the Tom Fords the other day, and I said lately I really love Tom Fords, but I still only love about 5 out of 50. And those 5 are Bitter Peach, Lost Cherry, Ebony Fume, Noir Extreme, which is not a private blend, and I can't remember the last one, but Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille is my favorite out of all of them as far as a men's fragrance is concerned. But as far as unisex fragrances, Bitter Peach and Lost Cherry are fantastic. I love layering Bitter Peach with a vanilla fragrance because to me, Bitter Peach by itself is a bit too bitter peachy. And so I put it with a vanilla fragrance. It calms it down. It's so good. I do not like oud wood. I don't hate oud wood. I tried it and I had a decant. I talked about it on my live before. And to me, it was just not something that I can see myself wearing on a daily basis. So while I don't hate it, I don't see myself, kind of like effing fabulous. I like that. I just don't see myself wearing that on a daily basis. There's another one. It's called Soleil Neige. It's like a coconut, slightly floral, um, sweet vanilla fragrance, and I like that. I could see myself buying that. It's like $150. Um, the other day, Tobacco Vanille, a 100 milliliter Tobacco Vanille was $230. I almost bought it, but then I went to look at my bank and then I went back and it was gone. So I'm waiting for that to come back on and then I'm going to buy that. But no, Oud would not be on my list of things to buy. Eddie, oh, that's for Eddie. I bought a sample kit for all Tom Fords at Macy's, trying them out in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, like I said, the rest of them are just not worth it. Like you have Soleil Blanc, Soleil, whatever it is. All of them are kind of like the same, just with a little kick to them. They're not really that worth it. Then you have like Rose Prick. Never gonna wear that. It's girls' fragrance. Then they have a bunch of other ones that just fall off because they're just not that great. Like I said, like Oud Wood, which a lot of people do like a lot. Most people hate or dislike enough to not buy a bottle. Then you have like a couple other Oud ones that just aren't that great. And really, there's only about 5 or 6 that are worth a full bottle. Newt, correct. Most Tom Fords or not scents ladies love. Yeah, my wife likes Lost Cherry. She likes my vanilla, which surprising Whispers in the Library pairs really well with Bitter Peach. She likes those two. She also likes Tobacco Vanille. Only if I spray it once or twice. Hold on, I need to show that. There's a street test video where a girl liked ombre leather so much she said she fuck a guy who wears it. Yeah, ombre leather. I don't like leather fragrances. I can do Tuscan leather. I think Tuscan leather is better than ombre. I can't even freaking talk. I think Tuscan leather is better than ombre leather because the fruity notes in it kind of substitute for a lot more of that leather. Ombre leather is just almost like wearing a leather jacket. I can't personally do it. I just don't love it. Oud wood and ombre leather are just scents I wear when my wife and kids aren't around. I like it, but if you like the stronger scents, the more masculine scents, again, like Tuscan leather smells like. I've heard people say Tuscan leather smells like blow. I don't own it. I'll never own it. So I just know that I smell the two next to each other, ombre leather and Tuscan leather. And I like ombre leather. I like Tuscan leather better. Just, I don't love either of them. I'm not a huge fan of super masculine fragrances. Never have been, never will be. I don't like the super woody fragrances, the super leather fragrances. Leather is my least favorite fragrance note, or one of them, along with rose. So that's probably why it's just not for me. But yeah, again, there's like a fruitiness in that I like. What's up, Topsy? How you doing? I was telling my wife about you the other day, Topsy. I said there's always this one guy, Topsy, that comes into my lives or into the comments like once every 2 or 3 weeks and just says, handsome dude, and doesn't say anything else. Just says that. And I always say, thank you. And then I always say, why did I just salute them? And then that's pretty much the gist of the conversation. But anyway, it is 8:45. So let me think of a question. Okay. If you were in this live, which I can tell that most of the people that are in this live were in this live, we are going to do the giveaway now. The giveaway, if you pay attention to not just this live, but any other live on my channel, any other time I've talked about it, the first person to write this in the comments is going to win the giveaway. And that is going to start now. I'm going to ask the question right now. What is my favorite fragrance note? I said it twice in this live already. All right, Hamzat one. Plum is my favorite fragrance note. So, what do you guys want me to do? Okay, Hamzat, you won the giveaway. We'll talk about it afterwards. But Plum is my favorite fragrance note. I like it more, like I like it in Rasasi Hawas. That's really good in that. But I like them in the deeper, darker fragrances. That is for fall and winter. So something like L'HOMME EDP Extreme by Guerlain. It has that plum with the tobacco in it. That is how I like my plum. I like my plum. I like it deeper. I like it warm. They have it in, if you guys don't know, 1 Million Lucky has it in it. Invictus Platinum has it in it. Bad Boy Cobalt has it in it. Plum is just a really good note that I love. So, Hamzat, when was the last time that you won a giveaway? I know you won my really early giveaways, but you haven't won a giveaway in a fuck ton of time, huh? I can't remember. With that said, I want to ask the question now. So I was actually talking to somebody on TikTok about this the other day. Speaking of TikTok, I don't know what the hell's going on my TikTok. Over the last, like, I don't know, 3 weeks, my TikTok has just freaking blew through the roof. Every one of my videos, I think the minimum amount of views that I got on a TikTok short, and I post one every day. I think the minimum amount I got this week was 23,000. I fucking don't have any idea what's going on. All I'm doing is saying, like, here's my collection, or here's AZZARO. It's like, I mean, if that's what works, then I won't show my face on a freaking TikTok ever again. Hey, Newt, you're always coming through with that $4.99, $5, and I love it. He said, "Thanks for getting me hooked into the Valentino Uomo line. It's really been really nice to find so fun, a really nice find so far." Okay, speaking of the Valentino Born in Roma, which is what he's talking about, I think, the Valentino Uomo Born in Roma, we had the conversation earlier. Valentino Uomo Born in Roma is one of the most, if not the most, underrated designer lines out there. The original was hated on by major reviewers. It is one of the best date night fragrances out there. When I was talking to you guys about the Sephora bags, where you get that ticket for a free fragrance, and this is what we're doing this year too. We took, me, my wife, and my daughter, we took all 15 fragrances out of the bag. We lined them up, we sprayed them on a card, and then we did a tournament. We did, which one is the best from this one? Okay, that one moves to round 2. And we did it. It was all blind tests, nothing. So my wife would spray them, and then I'd smell it with my eyes shut. All 3 of us got all the way to the finals, and it was the winner, Valentino, and it was a landslide. Valentino Born in Roma was the winner by a landslide over things like Acqua di Gio Profumo, Invictus Victory, Prada Ocean. And it wasn't even close. So when I tell you that Uomo Born in Roma is a good fragrance, it's great. Then with that said, the best one in the line is probably Yellow Dream in my opinion. It's very unique, almost like a fresh fall and winter fragrance that has these unique notes of pineapple and gingerbread in them. That has, like, it's like a really heavy, yet at the same time slightly fresh, sweet fragrance that has this unique spiciness going around this, like, vanilla pineapple. Very, very, very nice fragrance. And then you have not the worst one, and the worst one in the line, but still a decent fragrance, Valentino Coral Fantasy. It's like a red candy apple with a nice tobacco vanilla dry down. It's a good fragrance as well. I think it's super, super underrated. So the original is kind of like a nighttime fragrance that has, like, almost a mix of a sea salty fragrance mixed with almost like an Invictus type fragrance, and then it has a little bit of its own backbone. put those all together, and that's what you get with the original. It's unique, and again, it won a tournament against the 15. And so these bags at Sephora are, I think it's 12, the top 12 fragrances that were sold throughout that year. So whether it's a Chanel, there was a Chanel in there as well. It's the top 10 fragrances that sold through Sephora that year. They put them into a bag. And so I can tell you that if the Woma Born in Roma won that line, then you guys need to try it out. If you haven't, you should. Born in Roma is great. I bought Born in Roma based off your suggestion of being the least sweet in the line. So thank you for that. Very pleased with it. No problem. I'm glad that you like it. I think, yeah, glad you like it. I got Valentino Uomo Original and Intense on the way. So going from the Born in Roma line to the new line, which actually the Born in Roma line, if you guys don't know, the Woma and the Uomo and the Woma Born in Roma line, all of the bottles are based on ancient Roman architecture. And that's why they're built like that, because if you walk into a lot of Roman buildings, they have those little spiky squares. And so that's what the bottles are made after. And then Coral Fantasy is made after what the sunset looks like in Rome. Yellow Dream is made after the sunrise and what it looks like in Rome. The original one is supposed to be the night sky, I believe. And then you also have the original ones, which now they changed the cap on the Uomo and Uomo Intense and Uomo. What's the fresh one? Valentino Uomo Aqua. So they changed all the bottles now to match that of the capped ones from the Born in Roma line. And so as far as the Uomo is concerned, I really like that fragrance. It's unique. It has this like chocolate take to it. As far as the Uomo Intense, I don't love iris, and it's an iris fragrance, and still it's going to be a good fragrance. But if you don't love iris fragrances like the Givenchy Gentleman line, the Dior Homme Intense type things, you're not going to like Valentino Uomo Intense. It's like almost like a slightly chocolatey, leathery iris, and I'm not a huge fan of the Intense. The Aqua is okay. It's like a fresh take on the Uomo line. I think it's good for what it does. It's just not, it's one of those good, not great fragrances. But the original Uomo, I would put that with the Born in Roma line. I think it's a really good fragrance. Yeah. Newt, yeah. Uomo Aqua was the second one, I believe. So there's three. There's Uomo, Uomo Intense, and Uomo Aqua. Uomo Aqua takes the line to a fresh fragrance. And I tried it once. One of my friends had it, and I tried it. And I liked it. I don't love it. I didn't love Intense either. I like the Uomo. I would put Uomo Intense and Uomo Aqua underneath all of the Born in Romas and the original Uomo. Just an FYI. Let me know when you get them what you think. Mo likes the Intense. I like the OG. So the OG it's almost like a slightly gourmand take on Intense minus the iris and that none of that powderiness. My wife loves the original Uomo. I have it on the way. I had a giant decant of it, and now I bought it from News Parfums for $45. So I have that on the way. He likes his plum juicy. Sorry, I was catching up. But anyway, yeah, thanks again, Newt. I appreciate it. Speaking of my channel, we hit 2,000 subscribers 3 days ago, and we're already at 2,100 just about. So I want to thank you guys. Even if my videos haven't been crushing or anything, I don't really care. You guys have been showing the support with the subscribers, and I really appreciate that. We're moving along quite quickly. We're at about 8 months. So 2,100 subscribers just about. And what? Thank you. We always get one weird thing, but yeah, we got 2,100 subscribers in 8 months, and it's going pretty quickly, and I think it's cool. Hopefully we can get larger. I can get a better mic, and maybe it'll work out even better after everything is all said and done. So if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have any of it. And if it wasn't for people like any of you guys that are in the chat right now, that I see your names all the time, I talk to you guys, I get Newt sending me the $5 every chat. I mean, I really appreciate anything that you guys send, and without you guys, I wouldn't have my channel. So with that said, speaking of Newt's donation, I don't really care if you send money to me at all. Any of it goes back into the channel. I will just, what I do is, so if you put money into Super Chat, apparently I get it 3 months later whenever I get my AdSense, because you get your AdSense every month. But then from what Jeff said is the Super Chats come 3 months later. So Super Chats are always welcome. They'll go right back into buying fragrances, or you can send it to my PayPal, which if you ever want it, I can put it in the channel. But yeah, I just really hope that they have some new releases coming up soon, because if they don't, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with my channel. I mean, I don't want to repeat shit. I don't like repeating. I don't like being boring. I'll review things if I want to review them. And I've pretty much reviewed almost every fragrance I have in my collection, except for I haven't reviewed Sauvage Elixir. Surprisingly, I haven't reviewed that at all. I haven't reviewed singly any of the Acqua di Gios. I haven't reviewed a few other fragrances that I'm like, are you kidding? Why didn't I do a review of these? I have no idea. So you'll probably see them popping in every once in a while, probably like a review on Sauvage Elixir or whatever. But I don't care if they release 20 designers at one time. I just want a new release that I can talk to you and be excited about. Because right now I'm just going back to my normal wares with my Harrod and my AZZAROs and my Angel shares and all of that. And it's really exciting to do that, but I know it's not exciting to talk about. Let's see. I'm gonna fall asleep. So you guys tell me whenever the chat gets too much. Sauvage Elixir versus, oh wait, I just jumped because of that sex fine thing. Congrats. Thank you. Big growth on the way. Somebody said you'll be at 1 million no time. I was like, yeah, no, that ain't ever gonna happen. Congrats, man. You deserve it. Thank you. Keep going. We'll keep watching. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. For all you guys who don't know, and Eddie, you probably don't know either. Eddie sent me the Ombre Noir from Issey Miyake that I bought. He also sent me Polaris and Boys Arctic, or Bois Arctic, however it's said. And tomorrow I am doing a review. Tuesday. And all 3 of those fragrances. So it's 2 Nuit Dissies and 1 Low Dissie. And I'll be reviewing all 3 of them that Eddie sent me. So thank you, Eddie. What do you know of the new release of Gaultier? That's nothing. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check and make sure that's nothing. Fragrance. Official. Sorry, I'm looking up for this person to see. I know there's a lot of Carolina Herreras that are coming out, like Carolina Herrera, Me First, and none of them look any interesting at all. I don't think they're even going to be in stores. They look like they're going to be more. There's one that's called Rammstein's Pussy. I really don't know what that's all about either. Clive Christian, a new zoologist. It's not even on the list anymore. Gaultier. I keep saying Gaultier. Gaultier 2. Let's see. Jean-Paul Gaultier 2. The 2 Jean-Paul Gaultier 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. read more. I looked this up and I was pretty sure I wasn't interested. It's from Puig. It's for men. So Gaultier 2 is a very skin-like, very warm, intimate, intense, wildly sensual alchemy and genre. I'm not even reading that. Top notes: jasmine, heart notes: sandalwood, and base notes of ambergris. Not really interested. I don't think that's going to be a Gaultier that's going to be released in the United States. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of those Jean Paul Gaultiers that's only released in Europe. Because I've never heard of it before or that line. So I think that it's going to be released in Europe only. The giveaway is already over. Sponge cone. I do the giveaway. So I do my streams 7:30 until usually 9 o'clock, 9:30. And so, yeah. Dude, tell me if your Womo has spikes or not, because a lot of say spikes has different notes. It's no coffee, hazelnut. It's more like dior with iris. Mine has spikes, and I don't know why people always say that about the original Womo, Mo, because I get more of the chocolate hazelnut coffee mixture. I definitely do not get like an iris bomb. Mine has the spikes on it just like the other one. And so I don't know. I have heard people say, I don't like the original Womo. It has iris and stuff. I just think that it's a bunch of people talking about a fragrance that they don't know what they're talking about. And they're thinking we're talking about Womo Intense or something. Because there's really no sense of iris to me in the original, at least. You saved me hundreds. News parfums, especially. Well, I'm glad I can help you, Newt. Sauvage Elixir versus Jasada Ambassador. Sauvage Elixir and Jasada Ambassador. Jasada Ambassador is kind of like a tropical take on Sauvage Elixir. So I like them both. And with that said, Jasada Ambassador can be worn in more situations. It's not as strong as Sauvage Elixir. I would still probably go with Sauvage Elixir, even though I do like both and I can wear both in different situations. It does have a Sauvage Elixir vibe to it, as does the Jasada Womo. That also has that same very similar vibe. But with that said, yeah, it's like a tropical, slightly more versatile take on Sauvage Elixir. And so I would probably still go with the original. What's up? What's up, Mike? Hey, I saw your text, Mike. I smell, but I was doing my live, so I will text you back whenever I'm done in about 5 minutes. I might be in the minority, but I prefer Sauvage EDT. You're actually not in the minority. I like only two Sauvages. I like the Sauvage EDT. I don't mind the EDP. I hate the Parfum, and I love the Elixir. So the EDT is actually, if I would say, if you're going to go with one of the first three, it should be probably the EDT. But the EDP would also be a good pickup. For me, it's the EDT or the Elixir are the two that I would pick up the best. Thanks, Topsy. I appreciate it. Hey, you said something else other than that. I appreciate it. Love you and your channel. Hey, looking forward to that. Anti-hyena. Oh, okay. I heard Mancera Tonka Cola is kind of meh. So somebody did a review today. Mo sent me the review. I do not watch reviews of fragrances that I'm excited about. So if I'm excited about a new release or something like that, or it's a designer fragrance, I do not watch reviews until after I do my review, because I do not want to be pressured into hating or liking something. And I am very impressionable. So if somebody does a review and says, this smells like almost like stanky wood, or this is way too feminine or way too florally, I will get that in my head and I will not give you an honest review. It will be an honest review from me, but at the same time, it's going to be affected by that person's review. And so I don't want to do that. And so I kind of stay away from it. So if that's what that person said, then whatever. I have loved a lot of fragrances. Like, for instance, I just talked about Born in Roma, Yellow Dream. I love that fragrance the minute I tried it. I loved it. I got 2 bottles of it like the minute I tried it. And with that said, Jen Sense hated it. And so I prefer, and if I would have watched Jen Sense review prior to that, I might have had a different outcome. So I don't like to watch reviews until after I've reviewed something. Newt Hansen. It has been released right now in Europe. They have very short stock to the point where now it is on pre-ordered in Europe. I emailed Mancera. Mancera got back to me and told me that Tonka Cola will be in the United States, but it won't be here until at least January. They said they would update me if there was any change to that, but at this point in time, they said January 23rd is an ideal date, but who knows if that's true. Also, there's something that's floating around Instagram about this. It's called Air. It's a carbon-based fragrance, or CO2-based fragrance. Sorry, carbon. CO2-based fragrance, and I have no interest in it. Another reviewer reached out to them and wanted to see if they wanted them to review it, and they said, sorry, we can't send them to reviewers because these bottles only have a very short shelf life. And I was talking to Jeff, and I was like, who the hell would release a fragrance that has like a 1-year shelf life? I was like, like, who would buy that? And it's like $300, but it's a CO2 based fragrance. One review on YouTube. That's for I hate Iris too. I don't hate Iris. Women don't like Iris. My wife is the woman that is around me all the time. She's never liked an Iris fragrance except for Prada L'Homme Intense. She likes Prada L'Homme Intense, loves Prada L'Homme Intense. Iris, across the board, across the fragrance community, does not get love from women, like, pretty much at all. Dior Homme Parfum, women usually hate that. Dior Homme Intense, women usually hate that. The entire gentleman line, women pretty much just either say meh, it's good, or they don't like it. So I think Prada does Iris the best as far as getting female attention. But with that said, Iris to me is just like a meh note, not one of my favorites. To me, Iris is like the office note. It's like the note for fragrances if you want to wear them to the office, unless you're talking about like a Dior or a fall and winter fragrance. For me, I always think of Iris. I just think of like office fragrances. Fruity, fresh Manceras need to mature. Yeah. Hey, you said it right. Carbon is smoother and safer for work. Pretty much any products is gonna be safe for work for the most part, except for like L'Homme Intense. Pradas make their fragrances to be that very soft freshness that can be worn in almost any season. Like they focus on linens, they focus on soaps, stuff like that. And so that type of fragrance, kind of like Creed, focuses mostly on fresh and versatile fragrances. It's pretty much what Prada does, just in a kind of different way. My wallet can wait. Yep. Mancera, I'm hoping that there's also another new release that me and Hamzat were talking about called Guerlain Cherry Oud, but I looked it up. It didn't really look too exciting to me. And from the reviews that I've seen, which I did look it up because I didn't think I was going to buy it, doesn't look interesting to me. To everyone who enjoys Prada OG Luna Rosa and Prada Amber Pour Homme are slept on. See, I asked 4 people, Mo. When I did my collection reviews, almost everybody had Prada Amber in it. I do not own Prada Amber. I've tried it before. I don't remember what it smells like. And then I asked a bunch of people, should I pick this up? And they said, no. Prada Amber is not a good fragrance. It's just kind of like a meh fragrance. Hamzat, I believe, was one of them. And then there was 2 other reviewers. I remember I asked Jeff as well. and they all just said Prada Amber is just not that good. It's just kind of like a middle of the road fragrance. So should I pick that up? I honestly don't know. I used to hate Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum, but I got around to it. I think it's their personal enjoyment sense. So I also enjoy Dior Homme Parfum and Dior Homme Intense, but their personal enjoyment sense. You're not going to go out into a public and someone's going to say, "What the hell are you wearing? It smells amazing." Because honestly, it smells like makeup and red cinnamon gum. Pretty much like lipstick and like ambrette, and which to me the ambrette and Dior Homme Parfum comes off like almost like a cinnamon. And Dior Homme Intense smells great again, but it's personal enjoyment. You're not going to go out and get great response from it, in my opinion, at least. Dude, we both know Hom doesn't know what he's talking about. Hamzat, better fire back. Prada Amber Pour Homme smells like a bathroom air freshener. Terrible to my nose. Any guy who used to work in my office ever sprayed Sauvage EDT and wasn't smooth as. Some guy wore what was it? It was Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and he wore it to work, and he sprayed it like because one of the girls that sat behind him, he showed it and said that she said she liked it, and he must have had a crush on her or something because the next day he came in and he oversprayed it, and he got sent home. It was one of the funniest things. It was like 6-7 years ago, but it was super funny. Off for the night thing. Yeah, I have to be off for the night too. I'm literally sitting in 30-degree weather, and my hands are probably super red because I'm freezing right now. But I'm doing it all for the love of fragrances and talking to you guys. And my phone's about to die. What that? It smells like a fancy upscale bar of soap. It sounds amazing. I like really want to buy that now. I feel like I need to shave when I smell Amber Pour Homme. It's oh well. I mean, I'll try. I don't know. I don't think I'll pick it up. I've never been a huge Prada fan in general. I mean, they all smell kind of like fresh, soapy linens, whatever. But anyway, to summarize the video, this live, congratulations to Hamzat for winning for the first time in a while and for knowing my favorite fragrance note. Mancera Tonka Cola will be going to be a good fragrance from what I got from the notes at least, and it will be out in January. Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke sounds like it's going to be Lost Cherry, but more masculine, and that will be out around Christmas time. Wait for the Nordstrom sale. That's going to be about 15% off. Outside of that, there's the new Mancera YUZU, Fabulous YUZU, which sounds like it would be good if you like fresh YUZU, kind of florally fragrances. And then there's also going to be Of the Wild, which I won't even talk about from Mancera. That doesn't sound like it would be good at all. Outside of that, if you guys want more information about fragrance terminology, things that you don't know on the fragrance community, what they're even talking about, I'm explaining it this week. If you like to decant or want to learn how to decant out your collection, I will teach you guys that this week as well. We're also going to be reviewing 10 people's collections. A lot of them are huge, bigger than mine, so you need to check that out. And again, I'm going to be back on my live stream schedule. I was super busy for the last few weeks, so I apologize. If you guys want me to pick up any fragrances or have any tips on what you want to see reviewed on my channel, please let me know. Feel free to just put it in the comments. Email me at fragrancedude@gmail.com. I don't care. Outside of that, I'll see you guys next Sunday. I'm going to try to start at 6:30 next Sunday and do 6:30 to 9, so we get a little bit of extra time. But outside of that, it was really fun talking to you guys. I'm going to go run while I'm freezing my ass off and watch some Mandalorian. So thanks for joining me, guys. I will talk to everyone soon. Again, comment, go like my recent videos or don't. I honestly don't care. You guys are good enough if you're on my channel. So thanks very much, guys. We'll probably have a special guest next time. Try to get Jeff and Mike back on so we can have another conversation like we did last time. Seems like that was good. Oh, before we leave, can you guys let me know what is the best way for you guys to do the giveaways on my live? Do you like when I just write your names down, put it on a piece of paper, and put it in my hat and pick it out? Do you like it when I ask a question and it's the first one to answer? Which would you prefer? Because I don't really have a better way of doing it on a live stream, because if it's on a video, I can do that spinner thing, but I can't do that on here because it's a live stream. So I don't know if trivia questions. Okay. Maybe we'll do like an all around next week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys like a Jeopardy 3 categories, and then you guys get to pick the category. And then I will ask you a question. I'll come up with some questions to ask, and then we'll do it that way. And then maybe we'll do a round robin to have somebody win a full bottle of something, and we'll give away 2 things. So that'll be fun. I like giving away because I have so many fragrances that I won't wear through, so I really don't give a shit. And I have a lot of fragrances that I really don't wear, so whatever. But yeah, thanks so much. Again, if you guys want to talk fragrances, you can always Instagram message me, whatever. I'm always here to talk. So yeah, other than that, just make sure to go like my videos if you want to. Outside of that, thanks so much, guys. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.